Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and location. Of course, I remain my humble self, Princewill, Richard. Yeah. Yeah, you know that some of us do not know or understand our relationship with our colleagues and brothers in the southern Cameroon. And while we are working with them, I greet you all, especially those watching from the Biafra Nations League page, BnL page, those watching from my personal page, I salute you all. Those watching from my personal account, my friends, followers, I salute you all. I salute all members of the Biafra Nations League BnL. I salute all Biafran supporters wherever you are. Yes, the people of the southern Cameroon and the people of Biafra have something in common, no doubt, and our relationship also went beyond our cultural affinity, our ties, and extended even to the current struggle. So we both realize how important it is for us to work together. I was actually the person that engaged the southern Cameroon, the first person that engaged the southern Cameroon, the Ambazonians. The Ambazonians, for some of us Biafrans that I'm calling Ambazonians, to be asking where is Ambazonia? Ambazonia, so that is why I'm still using the southern Cameroons for better understanding. The southern Cameroons, Ambazonia. I was the first person to engage them and bring them together to form alliance with Biafrans. In 2016, when they sent their delegates to meet with us in Aírmëd State in 2016, that meeting was held at Ekomima in our back local government area of Aírmëd State. That is the thing they have boundary with Uyo, so we also call it Uyo. With Ekomima, actually in our back, where we formally, officially agreed to work together. Today there are a lot of southern Cameroon groups, a lot. the ones I know, like we have the Ambazonia Defense Force under the Ambazonia Governing Council. We have the interim government of Ambazonia. We have the Southern Cameroon's Defense Force, SOCADEF. We have the Reborn fighters, the Ribbons. We have groups like what is it called? Unity Warriors. We have other as many groups. But the first group, the first people that came on board were the Ambazonia Governing Council, formerly or initially known. Sorry, I have two cameras facing me, so while I'm facing here, I'm facing here. Here is my personal account, while here is the Biafra Nations League page and my personal page. So in case you don't think, what am I looking at here? Yes, the first people that came on board were the Ambazonia Governing Council, initially known as the Governing Council of former British Southern Cameroons. The Governing Council of former British Southern Cameroon. That was the name they answered when they met me, when they came to meet me in Akwa Ibom State. And we agreed to work together. Their delegates was led. I think they were led by. The delegates were led by Mr. Aérmëd Prince. Mr. Aérmëd Prince, who is currently in prison. Mr. Aérmëd Prince came with other officials of the Governing Council. I hosted them in Akwa Ibom. We agreed to work together, and we agreed on how to. They requested or pleaded to use our borders as a fallback position for us to assist them. Please, you can share widely. Yes, I can see your comment. IPOB autopilot on the. I see your comment on the Biafra Nations League page. You can also help us to share. Let others share too. Yes. Now, they requested, pleaded that they will use our borders, our border territory as a fallback position, and on how we are to assist them. And of course, I made it known to them that the only way to get freedom is to mount serious pressure, make the English-speaking area a no-go area for President Paul Biya and the French government. I think I can still remember those that attended that meeting, that some of their delegates, Mr. Aérmëd Prince, the leader, the deputy leader of the former deputy leader, of the Governing Council of former British Southern Cameroon, which is now known as Ambazonia Governing Council. We have, I think, what's his name? Mr. Jotan, Mr. Jonathan, and some others. Now, I have My relationship with, I have a very strong relationship with Ambazonians, especially their key actors. Many of their key actors, many of their commanders, fighters knows me personally. They knows me in person a lot. I have many of them as friends. I still remember my very good friend, now a barrister Ashu Shaman. He was actually the person that made really connected me and his people and brought his people to come and form a very strong alliance. Barrister Ashu from Bayangi in Manu division. I think I still know some of them. I still know some of the Ambazonian languages, like the Bayangi language. You know, so I usually greet him in Bayangi. And greet some of the people from that area. We greet Echina. So if he's watching me, anybody from Manfe, Manu is watching me, I greet you all, Echina. And I know your response, Echisiri. So we have a lot of them. Some of them are in prison, currently in prison. Some of them are like some of the key actors are in prison. Mr. Aérmëd is still in prison. Mr. Jotan is still in prison. I don't know the whereabouts of the other person, Jonathan. Some of them, some of their commanders that I know, some has been killed in the battlefield. Some are also in prison. Some are still on ground. Now I'll tell you how I helped these groups. After our first encounter in Akwa Ibom. After the meeting, they pleaded I shouldn't make that video public, which I didn't. Because they were avoiding arrest. Of course, it still didn't favor them. It was published, but there was no video or pictures. We did not release it. They went back to their area, their country. After 1 week, the Ambazonia, the Bamenda riot broke out. The Bamenda riot broke out. Very serious riot broke out in Bamenda. And Mr. Aérmëd Prince was arrested. Was accused of being behind one of those, behind that riot. He was arrested in his home, his residence in Bamenda. They took him to Kondengui prison, central prison, where I was alerted that he had been arrested. And not long after he was arrested, Mr. Jotan, who left our borders, our territory, and crossed to the other side, was also captured and also sent to Kondengui prison. They brought the information to me, and we were thinking of what to do. Then the struggle was not like this then. The struggle was so calm and quiet, apart from the Bamenda riot that broke out. And I advised them on the only road to follow. By then, when all this was happening, there was nothing like interim government of Ambazonia. There was nothing like Southern Cameroon's Defense Force or CADEF. There was nothing like Reborn or whatever other groups. Then I was also from prison. Mr. Aérmëd also chatted me, messaged me. Then Mr. Jotang and some of them there, and my very good friend Prince knew it. Also, he was in prison then, but now he's out. He's in Biafra land currently. He's an Igbo, but born in Cameroon, born mother from Ambazonia. He was in prison there, so I was getting updates from prison. Then my good friend Barrister Ashu, also came in with suggestions how we make the Cameroon authority break their bones for them to release the Ambazonians in detention. We thought of crippling the economy in Bakassi and prevent Cameroon from drilling oil in Bakassi. Then, because these people that were arrested are my allies, and in detention, and it was necessary for me to be involved in their release. We held, after that Congress I held with them in Akwa Ibom, I moved to Okukunela in Ikom, where I made the Okukunela declaration. That declaration is online. If you go to online, you can type on Facebook or Google the Okukunela declaration. The spelling is Ekukunela, but pronounced Okukunela, which is Ekunela. Ekukunela. Ekukunela, but pronounced Okukunela. In Ikom local government, I made that declaration there, which contains a relationship with Ambazonia, talks about the British conspiracy, the splitting of different tribes into two different foreign, or how do I call it, artificial boundaries. Like the Jagam people are in Biafra, they're also in Ambazonia, though majority in the east, the southeast end. When I mean the southeast, I'm talking of the original geography, the southeastern end, which is Jagam. They're also in the southwest Cameroon. The Boki, the same thing. They are in part in the southeast and they're also in southwest Cameroon. So I made that Okukunela declaration in Okukunela town, and the Jagam people, the Jagam youth witnessed that declaration. They gathered that day in Okukunela. I made that declaration. The video is there, the pictures are there online. Then after that, the crisis in Ambazonia, the riot, we held an emergency meeting in Ikom. An emergency meeting in Ikom when Aérmëd, Prince, and the others were arrested. Some of their key actors, the later turned commanders, were present in Ikom. We discussed how to really deal with them in Ambazonia territory. A lot of suggestions came on board, and that of Barrister Ashu concerning destroying them in Bakassi, stopping them from drilling. That of I think was it Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga. Then Dr. Akwanga was I think piloting the Southern Cameroon's Youth League. Then before later it changed to Southern Cameroon's Defense Force. Though we series of time we had planned to meet in Ikom, but it wasn't, didn't work out. So I held a strong meeting with some of their key actors in Ikom, where they suggested what to do to bring them to their knees. We gave them full support. We gave them full support. The BnL, the Biafra Nations League, of course, our members are the people at the border towns, where we had a meeting in Jagam territory. We had to, the Jagam members who were present also provided support and how to go about volunteers. And it was easy to penetrate to the Ejagam speaking area of Ambazonia. So that was how the first incident in southern Cameroon was, the first attack was executed, the Aírmëd attack. Many of you knows about Aírmëd, some of you, those from Ambazonia. Aírmëd is an Ejagam speaking area in Manfe subdivision, in Manu division of southwest Cameroon, which is Ambazonia. The Aírmëd attack was the first attack in southern Cameroon, the history of southern Cameroon's conflict. The first incident, the first attack, the first, and it was terrible. It was terrible. Scores, dozens, or numbers of the members of the rapid intervention battalions were executed in that attack that happened in Aírmëd in southern Cameroon. I applauded them when that attack took place. I was jubilating, I was smiling, I commended them, and that was how the whole thing broke out, and it started from there and gingered other groups emerged. The interim government came on board immediately, not quite long after that Aírmëd incident. The interim government came on board. So I don't know what's wrong with my network. So Tabe and other groups emerged. So I'm trying to reconnect to in my Facebook. I don't know what's happening. So they emerged, Tabe, and continued from there. Ambazonia, the governing council renamed to Ambazonia Governing Council, formed the Ambazonia Defense Force. Sakadef emerged, which is Southern Cameroon's defense force, and the Reborn Fighters also emerged. The Reborn Fighters also emerged, and of course, the Reborn is led was led by late General Ikeku Obasa. The Reborn Fighters. Now, before let me play this video. Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga, the leader of Southern Cameroon Defense Force, after our discussion, our meeting, collaboration, he made this video, and Barrister Ashu, a very powerful barrister, also said something about our alliance then, that period. I think you will not say
to fight for the same goal, so be it. This
The network is interrupted. Sorry, I'm having terrible network issue. I want to play the videos of some of their key actors, some of the things they said, but I don't know why this network decides to interrupt me.